What's good, YouTube? Mace back with another video. So I finally got the second part of my challenge, the last step, last night. Right now I know news supposed to be coming out. News should be coming out in the next 2 minutes. Unemployment claims. What's going on gold at the moment? I know gold is crossing the 200 EMA at the moment, so I'm not sure. Gold consolidated last night, broke these lows, which I was anticipating for it to break, because I know gold's already at all-time highs. So I'm not sure how much more gold wants to continue buying to complete more highs again. It started to make a head and shoulder right here. The shoulder, the head, the left shoulder. Now I finally broke it, so I could be looking for potential sells. To be honest, the head and shoulder a little bit better. Shoulder right there, head, next shoulder right there. Price broke it, and then now it's pulling back. So this is actually a supply area right here. Come to think about it, entry there for on the 15 minute. So on the 5 minute right now, I'm looking for another entry once more again, which I'm just not seeing at the moment. So 30 at the moment is making highs now at the moment, right? Gold 30 is now making some highs, some decent highs. The strong push, pull back, strong push, started to have a little range and then drop drastically, breaking these 1 hour lows right now. Broke these lows right there on the 1 hour. Let me make this different color. Broke that. Cool. Then tested back these areas. It started a strong push again. So I think this took place on Sunday. This was the Sunday setup. I just dropped all the way back down here. Then this was the Monday setup for the strong buys. I think I took part in this, but only back to a certain area. Made a slight pullback lower, came back to this resistance. Need price to break it, so I could even put it here if I want to. Need price to break these areas, and I was targeting back to these areas last night. Now it's not to this area, but let's don't forget, it's not just a number. So this number right now says 450. Move this area right now, it says 45083. We're not worrying about the number precise, that exact number. We're worrying about the area of it. So this is the area of it, and that was also a small little gap around here, and this was the 1 hour, little small gap. So now you see price is rejecting that now after tapping into the area. Also, let's see if this is all-time highs. Look at that. I didn't even check the 4 hour. That's why I would pay very much attention to the higher time frames. Look at this. This is the 4 hour at the moment. Went right back to the 4 hour highs, and I think that's the all-time highs, because if you're going daily, nothing else is there. So it's back at all-time highs right now. This is all-time highs, right? And look what happened when it reached these highs the last time. Last time it reached these highs, it made a double top, then dropped. Now it came here once more, dropped aggressively. It's back here again. So is price going to finally break out of this, or is price going to actually start to swindle down once more? I don't know, but I'm trying to find out. On the 15 minute, what I'm looking at is what price is doing here. So we understand that this is the 1 hour. I'll make this a little bit a lighter shade. We understand that this is the 1 hour supply. We had on the 15 minute, we had some small little impulsive moves right here. Small little range consolidation. Another one there, pull back. Another one here, pull back. another aggressive move. Price broke all of them. Okay, so we understand that. So now we have to look for our supply zone, which our supply zone, we have gaps around here, and we have all this as gaps there. So your supply zone, I'm not sure how some would draw it. What I could do now, I could possibly, on the 15 minute, I could possibly wait for price to tap back into this to actually start to sell back down, probably to this purple line, which would be a resistance area of my case, in my case. So going out, it'll be a resistance area the price could target back into right here. You even put a little bit low if you want to say there, but like I said, I don't need that much pips. On the 5 minute now, let's see what we have on the 5 minute. Just about the same thing. So on the 5 minute, we have the structure that was broken out. Make this a different color. Make this one a different color. Okay, so we have these two right there, and what we can do is we can look to see where price might want to head back to. We have a nice demand right here. Why is this? Because you had strong pushes, right? And you had some rejection start to happen. Almost in a little range. Then price came 1-2 big aggressive push here. Price could potentially try to tap back into this to buy back up to these areas to sell. This is what would be considered counter trending, in hopes that price could be pulling back up for buys just to sell. So you're going against the trend right now. But if I were to take this trade, what I would have done was price finally tap back into the zone, so I would wait for 13. I would wait for a candle to actually break above this 13 EMA. Make sure it's a green candle. That's what I would wait for. Make sure it's a green candle. Come on. Make sure it's a green candle before entering, and I would enter there. Entry there. Stops probably below some of these wicks here. And I would carry it back to here. And I believe, and that'll be all I need right there for my challenge. But like I say, I don't think I'll be taking that. I'll just wait to see what that does. 30 is trying to break the 13 EMA. I'll wait and see what that does. If I don't get a trade, I don't get a trade. Like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna stress out. But gold, I wanna know what you're trying to do at the moment. Because you could be the trade for the day. You could potentially be the trade for the day. I remember this. Okay, you might could be trying to sell back down to here. Because you're already making all-time highs. You already made all-time highs. So I know eventually you're going to start to sell. You're going to start to sell. Head and shoulder pattern. Very nicely. Supply already got tapped into right there. Already made your head and shoulder on a small time frame to actually buy up to this area. Just a matter of time of selling now. Now looking for structure to see what is what, to let me know when you want to sell. Okay, so you broke that, so I should move this now. Put this in. Okay. breaking this now. So I'll have my supply. I'll probably have a supply here. I'll probably make this my supply. If price can get back here, I'll probably sell. If price get back here, I'll probably sell. Price start back here, I'll sell. That's what I look for right now. If price would have top back there. Okay, so 30 is actually back to its area. That's another setup I could have won. Let me see if I had a nice break. Did not have a nice break to actually enter that buy. So you see how this wick, I believe this wick was more than the candle. Let's see. This wick was about 16 points and the candle itself was only 13. So the wick was more than the candle. So you don't want to enter 13 EMA breakout when the wick is more than the candle. You understand? Okay, so price tap back into this area that we were anticipating for it to tap back into. Now how much more does this one? Oh wow. So the next candle came out to start selling. Okay. Now what I would do before I enter anything off this, I want to wait for price to break my 13 EMA. So as long as price doesn't break my 13 EMA, I am not entering any trade. That's it. Not entering anything until price breaks the 13 EMA. So it looks like US30 might be the setup for today and buys on sells today. I'll just be waiting right now for 13 EMA to break. So what I could do right now, I'll put a alert around this area. Add alert around that area to say sell 30. Okay, let's see the targets and the stops. I know it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. That's already 94 pips and it's still inside the zone. That's gonna be big. I know that. I just knew it. That's all I got right now. I guess I'll come back later once I find a setup. It's 20 minutes before 9:30. Let's see if we can find something. I had this as a potential sell. I had this as a supply. And I was looking for price to tap back into that. Price started to buy, then just started to sell down again. So I could remove this now. And just continue looking for opportunities. Let me see 15 minute. Beautiful sell. Beautiful sell. Broke that structure, broke this structure. This is beautiful. Nice with rejection also. Nice first candle. If I were to get in this, it's the stop loss that I will need. So I'll have to put my stops above this. Have to. Then I'll have to target, obviously, you know, the 1 to 3. So right there will be my target. This is the 15 minute. So 15 minute time frame, you know, it will have to be in a little bit longer than you might want it to. It's a good setup. I'll leave it there, see if it plays out, but I won't be getting in that. The US30 though, I remember guys, I said this could be a support, man. I said that this could be a demand setup. The price could top down, buy, which I think you had the candle to buy. Let's see. No, you didn't have the candle to buy. It bought up to this area, which was the 1 hour, plus also 15 minutes. So price top it. We had to wait for confirmation. Now, this was the first confirmation candle here at 9:25. Once it closed, you could have entered that. Put your stop loss a little bit above these areas. So this right now, I tell you, I always have just a little bit over top in case of liquidity. You could have gotten in after this. Now, there's another trick I can show you guys, but I don't practice it. Once it breaks 13 EMA with a big candle like this, you can actually put your stop loss above that. I don't practice that because there's times where it can still top at that area before going down. But once I saw that price, as soon as 930 came out, 930 started to pull back up, and this would have been my entry because I was going to enter it. But I said I'm not going to trade the beginning of 930 candles. I'll wait because that could still push up before dropping down. Started to push up, drop down, push back up, finally dropped and closed in the middle there, this green candle. And now look at it, right back to the targets I was looking at. Try to carry to this would be on 1.38. So all I needed was a 1.3, and I would have won that. I could have won that challenge. I'm not trying to just go there and trade any other way because it'll be defeating the purpose of what I'm trying to teach you guys about discipline and all those things. So unless I see the setup, I'm not taking it. But all these are setups that you could possibly take, but they're more so setups whereas you understand the movement of structure. So the reason why I would say the move structure is because you're at all-time highs. Well, you're making new all-time highs. You made an impulse here, pull back, almost an equal high, but you broke it, and then you finally broke this aggressively. Came back to this, almost broke this. So you're doing the same thing that it did here. So it came out, like I say, barely broke it, but then dropped. Now doing the same thing here, barely broke it, so you could look for another drop, and that's it. But it's still tugging around. Price is still tugging around this 200 EMA. So it's a possibility that price could try to tug back at this area before trying to push back up again. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. And gold went right back to the area I was anticipating for it to go back to, just like that. How many pips away was this from my target? Let's see. For my entry. 20 pips away from my 21 pips away from my entry. About 20 pips. I'll say 20 pips away from my entry because let's see, the zone was saying 20 pips, so I think I missed entry. Yep, so 21 pips away from my entry. 21 pips. Because I had the alert here. I will wait for the 13 EMA. I had my stop loss above this, if I can remember, and this was the whole target I was trying to go for. My goodness. So right now, on 15 minute, this is a supply that I'm looking at. This was the 15 minute structure. See what? This impulse here, this long impulse all the way from up here, impulse. You got this pullback, you got this drop. You got this back to this supply, you got this drop. Now I want this going to this supply. So I'm looking to see if I can get some kind of reaction off that. The reaction would be, I'm still in this area of supply right now. Session is about to close in the next 30 minutes. These are my lows right now, which was consolidating before going inside this area. So now what I would want to see, or what I would need to see, is for price to give me some kind of confirmation outside of this range. So right now price is making new highs, right? If you can see here, price is here, then price range for a while. Didn't break this wick as yet. Finally broke the wick here, pulled back, and now it's making equal highs, right? So this will be considered now my low. I will consider this to be my low now. The CM area will be considered a low for me. The CM area that will be considered a low. I'll make this a different color for now. Make this black. That'll be considered my low. I want to see what is price going to do if it breaks this low. And you notice why I always say confirmation is key. I've learned that when price just wick inside an area like this and wick straight back out, some traders would say it means that price doesn't want to get to this area, but most time I realize that is a fake out. That it's a potential price would test those areas one last time before actually drop in. So if you got in this trade earlier, right? Let's say you got in from this wick and you enter, you probably, depending on type of scalper you are, you probably could have made some money, probably could have lost some money. But I waited for my 13 EMA to break, and I wasn't worrying about this candle at the moment. I want a better candle than that. So when price actually got in it, I said, okay, now I wait for 13 EMA break. Didn't break, did not break, push up. So I'm still in the clear at the moment. So what I would do now, I would see if price can give me something like this to make sure let's break it, then probably tap back into new supply that it gets, and I'll start to sell down, probably back to where this gap is. So let me put something here so you can see it. So if it do play out, I can always do a new video for you guys. It is time right now is 4:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I would put something right here to this gap. Let's see if price might want to target back to them same areas right there. Fill that. And 30 went back to the area. 15-minute demand, supply, plus the 1 hour supply. And I said that you will see it to sell back to these areas here, which would be the resistance. And it finally sold down. But when it broke, it actually broke around these areas. So once I saw the price broke these areas here, I said, okay, now I could look for continuation of sales, because it didn't touch those area yet that I was anticipating for it to get to. So when it started to pull back, I had an alert set here as well. The alert never triggered because price never went to the alert, then price just continued selling. All in all, this would have been almost a 4-to-1 trade you could get off this one trade. The day was a good day, nonetheless. They didn't, like I said, they didn't take any trade, but that's what happens. You won't be able to trade every day. You don't want to force any trade. I'm done with forcing a trade. If I don't see my setups, I don't see my setups. It is what it is. Yeah. Nas didn't give me anything. Nas just was in no man's lane right now. Didn't give me anything. And then SPX, nothing. But SPX, I was thinking about selling it today. I was thinking about getting in right around then. I actually had my stop loss around here. I think it was like at 10, somewhere around there, to try to get the trade. But I would have won it, but still long I would have been this trade for just to win that, because it just was consolidating. So wasn't interested in that. But yeah, I guess tomorrow I'll be back. Just hope you guys enjoyed the content. You guys could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, comment what you guys want to see next, or what you want to see more of. And yeah, peace and love. God love you all.